to make sure they go in ready. And that's what makes the students work more authentic and more real. All right. So we're going to look at this. I'm going to share with you a couple of stories that I've really seen around the country. I'm going to stay in America right now with service-oriented to get some new ideas going and maybe to see you getting involved in some of these examples. All right? You ready for this? Mm-hmm. We're going to Hawaii first, so aloha, everybody. I have good fortune going there several times a year. I have to. What can I say? To do work with them. And when I was there a year ago, actually last month, I was doing a statewide conference, and normally it was middle and high school and college. It was really exciting, but there was one group of fourth grade girls who attended an all-girl independent school on Oahu. And they came and they participated as well or better than anybody else. And they had this amazing program called Plant Your Butts. And what it is these kids had done an investigation in their community by accident. They were doing a cleanup. By their school, every year, 3 times a year, they would go out and they do an investigate. They just do a cleanup. You know, they just clean up to be good Samaritans. But this year, the teacher said, let's take this a little further and let's collect it and go back and do what with it? Analyze it. See what it is. See what's there. They found they collected in 3 blocks 2,000 cigarette butts. Wow. Yeah. 2,000 cigarette butts. So the kids got what? Curious. They had a bunch of questions. So they started listing the questions they had. They found out that cigarette butt is the most littered item on the planet. Who knew? So then they decided to do a little more. So in science class, they dissected a cigarette butt. Their room just smelled gross. But they found out about all the chemicals in it. So these are 4th graders now doing chemistry. They decided to go find out why people are discarding them. So they went to the 2 places where most cigarette butts, outside a beauty salon and a hardware store. So they went there, and they interviewed people. They said, so why do you throw away the cigarette butts? And they said, well, there's so little, they don't matter. Well, the kids said, well, actually, they do matter because they learn it goes into the drain, and it goes into a very water-sensitive area right near their school where they have all these birdies and things like that that really then guys take them apart and make nests out of them and feed them as food to their babies. Yeah, really bad. So these kids got really curious, what can we do? And they came up with this idea called Plant Your Butts. Marketing. Is this brilliant branding or what? So what they did was they took planters, right? Filled with quarry sand. You can't take sand from the beach. They learned that also. And they asked these people if they could make customized planters for outside the beauty salon. So what did they put on it? Little scissors, hardware store, little hammers. And they got them set up. They actually, before they did that, they wrote a grant. Right back up. They got a $750 grant to do this from Youth Service Hawaii. They had to go and make a presentation. Are the kids learning? Yeah. They're writing grants, 4th grade, making presentations, get the buck. And then we have our first tech minute. Yeah. They made a video that you can download on YouTube and show students. These are 4th graders. They're now a little older because this was a year ago. 4th graders, they made a video on Plant Your Butt. So we're going to have a little tech minute so you can see what the kids came up with, all right? We're going to watch 2 videos in this time. This is the first. They did slow, what is it, Kim, what kind of animation?
It's stop animation, and they use clay, so it becomes clay.
4th graders.
Did you know 1 cigarette butt left in a gallon of water for 1 day will kill about 80% of aquatic life added to that water? Sorry, we didn't know. Plants. Your butts. Here. Respect our environment. Think before you click. Better yet, don't smoke.
fun? So, as with all good service learning, it didn't end. The students were going back with the teacher's support every week to empty the cigarette butts out of the containers. And 3 months later, or a couple months later, when they did another cleanup in the area, they reduced from 2,000 to 700 cigarette butts. Yeah, and then they noticed that in the planters, people were putting things like diapers. Yeah, exactly, and other trash. So what did they realize was missing in the community? Trash cans. So these kids are done. They're back to investigation. Now they're preparing. They're writing letters to the local business owners and building owners, and they use the GPS system to map out where they think the trash cans belong. Are kids learning through service learning?
Oh, yeah.
And are they? Can you tell it's real kids and really them doing it? It really is. This isn't adults telling kids what to do. They're supporting them, giving them the opportunity, guiding them as needed, but letting the kids do it. Right. So if anybody's interested in doing a plant your butt campaign at your school, guess what you can do? I'll hook you up with the school. You can have the kids Skype with the kids there, and what fun would that be? Is anybody interested in doing more with this one? Isn't that fun? So you can think about it. We're looking to seed ideas. So I want to share with you another, and we'll show a portion of this video also. So you never know when you're going to hear the stories. So I was with someone who I hardly knew, and she said, she asked what I did, and I gave her, I do things for the environment. Sometimes it's hard to describe what I do. She said, I just saw on CNN, you've got to watch, there's this kid named Milo Kress. And Milo Kress was on CNN when he was, I think, 10 or 11. And he came up with an idea because he saw that there are so many straws being used. He started investigating how many straws are being used and how many of those little juice boxes that are there. Just so many straws. Do we need all these straws? Probably not. So he started BeStrawFree.org. And now he's lecturing at Boston University doing all these other things at age 11. So I thought you'd like to know something about anybody want to see Milo a little bit? We're going to see little Milo on CNN. So you can see what happens when people let kids have their authentic voice. It's about 5 minutes. We'll see how much we're going to see. We may not see the whole thing, but I'd like you to have a chance to see Milo and find out what he's doing and how charming he is. He's going to also be featured in my book coming out. Both of these stories will be in my book in September. I think they have to show you a commercial first, I suppose. Yeah, that's still there? All right, well, the commercial's going on. Does anybody have any questions that you need to throw out there? Anybody have a question so far? All right, while we're waiting, we're going to do something really quick. I'd like you to turn to the person next to you.
Yes, this is Mary.
Oh, here it is. Oh, good.
Berger has been an addiction to straws. That's right.
I think we have to keep reloading and not just writing more back. And I wanted you to hear things a little bit. Here's the reload. Yeah.
These little plastic pieces of plastic that we use every day here. Yep. We were unable to confirm the exact number of straws used annually, but it's easily the billions. And he says, get this, 500 million straws are used in the U.S. every day, an average of 1.6 straws per person. And most straws are not biodegradable. When they go to the dump, they stay there. These facts encourage 10-year-old Milo Kress to go on a one-man crusade to press restaurants to do one simple thing to help the environment. Only give customers a straw if they ask for one. His idea has changed businesses from his home state of Vermont to Tennessee and California. He's even met the governor and testified before the House Natural Resources and Energy Committee. The amazing founder of Be Straw Free joins me now from Newton, Massachusetts for today's Big Eye. Milo, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
This is a great project that you have underway here to get the nation to be straw free. I know your mother is there, so my first question to you is, should you be in school today?
Well, actually, school starts September 6th.
Oh, okay. So you got a few more days. Well, let's talk about this. What inspired you to get folks to be straw free?